we as people, we as Americans, or wherever you are watching this in the world, have to learn how to control and take charge of your own financial destiny. Take control of your own financial situation. There are so many people today that's waiting on government to bail them out. There are so many people that they are going hungry. They don't know where their next meal is coming from. They are getting sick. And yes, there are people out there dying every day because they do not have the health care in place, that they don't have the financial things in place. However, it's time for you to take control of your own destiny and stop waiting on Washington and other leaders and political leaders to make that choice for you. And it all starts off with coming up with a budget, because a budget is a plan that takes you from point A to point B. If I was going on a trip, and I used this analogy before, that I would want to know where I'm going, why I'm going, the things that I would need to get there, and the things that I would need after I reach my destination in order to make that trip the best trip possible. So when it comes to your finances, the same thing applies. You have to plan accordingly. You can't spend more than you are making in every single month and think that it's going to be a positive outcome. And if you are to the point where you are spending more than you're bringing in, it's time to start making some cutbacks. I know that sometimes when people say you have to cut back on things because you cannot afford them, that you want to go hide like a rabbit or something, but you have to make those hard choices. If not, you will always be turning to Washington. You will always be turning to the president or the prime minister or whoever is making the decisions in your country, and you hold your power. You are in control of your own destiny, and your finances are your finances. Don't allow politicians, don't allow a president or a senator or anyone else to dictate what's in your pocket. You can find work online. You can find side hustles like going out driving for Uber. And I know right now that we're in the midst of a pandemic. However, you still have options like Uber Eats, where you can go to the restaurant, they will bring it out to the car, and you just drop it off on the person's doorstep. And there's no human interaction. And you can do things like e-commerce and other jobs online. And I'm going to leave a link down below of a video that I recently made on some of the different things that you can do to put money in your pocket. So versus just watching the daily news every single day and waiting on someone else to be your Superman or your She-Man, you become your own hero, your own Shero. Because no one will vouch for you, because you are your strongest advocate. You are the person who will make it happen. Look in the mirror and say, yes, I can make it through this. Although they have been spending the last 7 months on trying to pass a stimulus bill that will only put $1,200 in your pocket. Listen to that number, $1,200 in your pocket. $1,200 is not enough to cover a mortgage. That's only enough just to cover some basic necessities for that month. We're not talking about $2,000 a month like some of the politicians were implying before, where it's enough to get you through this pandemic. Once that money comes in, it's going to go back out for most people. Just enough to put food on the table for another month. But what can you do today? What can you do right now to secure your family's future? What can you do right now to secure your family's finances? But as for me and my house, I'm going to make things happen for me. I'm not going to wait on politicians who don't give a damn about you to make decisions. They're just looking for another vote. They're just looking for another way to seize power. And I'm talking about on both sides of the aisle here. Stop waiting on other people to rescue you and begin to make things happen for yourself. By going out there saying, what can I do online? What can I do to take care of my family? What can I do to secure my family's future and also leave a legacy for your children? Because with my daughters, one thing that they can always say is that daddy is always trying to make things better. Daddy is always trying to make a way. What is your family saying about you? What are your children saying about you? Are they going to say that daddy was sitting there just waiting on another check from the government? Or daddy was out there, although things were hard, although daddy didn't know when the next bill was coming, although mommy didn't know how we were going to get to school and come back, but they made a way because they branched out and didn't just wait for a handout. It's okay to receive help. But when you have people out there playing politics with your life, and you have people out there playing politics with your future and your family, it's time to step back, turn off that television, and begin to make some things happen for yourself. You have the power to do what you set your mind to. Stop allowing other people to dictate your life in the direction that you're going to go. It's time to sit down with pen and paper right now to create a budget. It's time to sit down with pen and paper right now to chart out your journey, to chart out your destination and the things that you need to reach your destination. If you're coming up $300, $400, $500 short every single month, what are you going to do about it? And I hope and pray that it's not waiting on Washington to come up with a stimulus decision, because $1,200 will only take you but so far. So what are you going to do today? And I'm just going to leave the video just like that.